Welcome to an extension of the prizes and a celebration of the National STEM Video Game Challenge Youth winners. My name is Michael Levine. I direct the Joan Ganz Cooney Center at Sesame Workshop, and along with our partners at Eline Media, and inspired by the leadership of President Barack Obama's Educate to Innovate campaign, we created the National STEM Video Game Challenge 3.5 years ago. Our work would not be possible without the leadership and generous support of our sponsors. Our national sponsors include the Educational Software Association and Entertainment Software Association. I think Diana Lawson is in the house. Diana? Hey, hey. The Institute for Museum and Library Services. I think that Chris Reich is around too. I hope so. Hey, Chris. Hey, hey. AMD Foundation and Microsoft. We're also grateful to the outreach partners listed on this screenshot right here above. Among the most critical content areas for success you all know in our global economy are those involving science, technology, engineering, and math. These disciplines are now digital, networked, and rapidly changing, and yet US students have become less engaged, I'm afraid, and fallen significantly behind the rest of the world in STEM learning over the past 2 decades. The National Video Game Challenge is one timely response to this national priority. Games-based learning, as this festival and others demonstrates, has emerged as one of the most promising areas of innovation in making STEM topics more relevant to America's youth. At the Cooney Center, we're following the growing body of research that highlights how making games can advance critical skills, including team building, problem solving, and digital media literacy skills. As our student winners, as you'll see in a moment, this year so beautifully demonstrate, a well-designed game is a digital system with a careful balance of goals, challenges, and rewards. To take you inside for a few minutes, the deeply iterative game development process that is part of the National STEM Video Game Challenge, let me show you a video that documents how we recently engaged New York City youth in the challenge in partnership with our friends from Global Kids, and I believe Juan Rubio is here. That work was made possible with the generous support of the New York City Community Trust and the Hive. Can we play the video, please? The National STEM Video Game Challenge was started in 2011, launched by President Barack Obama as part of the Educate to Innovate campaign. The interest in creating the challenge was motivated by the fact that video games are instruments of technology that children love.
And we had to make it relate to deceiving. It starts out with the king who's trying to take over another town or country, and he deceives them saying they're safe.
Video games are ubiquitous in our culture and also a way in which children can begin to learn vital systems thinking skills, collaboration, and cooperation skills. So we developed a range of partnerships with funders and with community outreach members, and this past year added the Hive here in New York City.
It's a boy nurtured by his parents, also a scientist, and he has to save the world from an evil scientist who's making mutants.
The leaders of the Hive were very interested in the National STEM Video Game Challenge because this challenge permits kids to become creators, makers of their own digital media, and involved in a community that is supporting one another.
I learned that games could be educational, which I hadn't realized.
There can be a value in playing a game instead of just like winning. It can teach you lessons.
So many young people do enjoy playing video games, and for a lot of them, the concept of taking something you enjoy that much and actually getting to create a game of your own can be a really powerful entry point into all sorts of different fields, creative fields, digital design, creative problem solving, the technical side, programming. And so we think that by tapping into things that kids are passionate about and connecting that with meaningful learning opportunities, you create a really powerful combination.
There's either good things or bad things here. Good things that you either have to admit and then make the tree grow, or bad things.
It's kind of important to consider every part about making the game because you need to think about, is this game going to be fun? Is it going to be too hard?
One of the most interesting things about the workshops we did this year was that we had young people from Global Kids Online Leadership Program leading the workshops and working with young people from all around the city.
We facilitate workshops and we teach the kids how to use different game design engines and how to be creative in themselves and to create the best games they can make. My favorite experience has to be our first workshop at the Book and Public Library. We were doing great because the response we got from the kids and all the adults in the room, it just kept pumping me up and I felt on top of the world.
There was something really magical about getting the kids from one organization mentoring kids from all over the city in the different organizations that we hadn't really tried before.
Oh, there's no gravity in the top-down game. Like, you want a platformer? Well, some of the issues that we've talked about in the past are how media affects our personalities in society, how you can stop war and what are the consequences of war, how you can address energy issues that are currently being worked on today, like renewable energy and things like that, and how global warming affects the planet and how you can address that.
It's called Polar Bear Freedom, and the polar bear is being led by the player to escape the melting ice cap of the Arctic.
One of the things that's most exciting about the Hive is the diversity of the museums and libraries and youth organizations that are involved. And I think that the National STEM Video Game Challenge this year was able to go around the city from libraries to museums to after-school spaces to capture that rich diversity of the Hive. And moving forward, we hope that the National STEM Video Game Challenge will have a permanent place in the Hive because the assets that are represented by this collaborative are so exciting. Thanks, and tonight you guys have a total treat because you're going to meet the national winners from last year. This year's youth winners reflect both the wide range of interests in STEM topics and a firm grasp of methods for designing learning games. They were selected from nearly 4,000 entries. Dozens of game development and educational professionals participated in the judging rounds. And this year's entries were submitted, and you'll see in a minute, on over 10 different game development platforms, from GameStar Mechanic and Scratch to Kodu and Unity. The quality of the submissions, according to our judges, was the best in the 3 years of the competition. The mentors were more engaged than ever before, and as you'll see in a moment, the resulting diversity of the winning entries and students is, in our view, extraordinary. I'm proud to say that almost all the winners are here today, representing nearly every region of the country. I'd also like to acknowledge with gratitude the family members and teachers who provided mentoring for the youth, and we're especially grateful. Yeah, let's give them a hand. We are really grateful not only to the youth but to their family members for dropping everything in their busy lives to be with us here in New York today. So let's begin a celebration of all your hard work to congratulate the winners on a job really well done. Let me invite 3 of the competition's leaders who sometimes are behind the scenes and who will come up from backstage to offer congratulations from the entire challenge community. Please join me in welcoming my colleagues Michelle Miller of the Cooney Center and Alan Gershenfeld and Brian Alspach from Eline Media. Congratulations to all the winners, and come on back.
Middle school winners, are you ready? For the platform of written game design, her game called Head of the Class, Lexi Schneider. On the GameStar Mechanic platform for his game, The Arcade, Angel Martinez Acevedo.
downhill.
On the Kodu platform, for his game Math Rocks, Nicholas Cameron.
Congratulations, Nicholas. Job well done.
Unfortunately, on the Game Maker platform for his game Rare Earth, Sung Young Yu could not be here tonight, but we accept his award and we'll make sure he gets it. On the Scratch platform for the game Pixel Jet, Bradley Schmitz.
Nice job, Bradley.
In the open platform category for an individual entry for his game Stemville, Nicholas Padilla.
Nice tie, Nicholas. Thank you. Congratulations.
And in the open platform team category for their game Etiquette Anarchy, Henry Edwards and Kevin Kopczynski.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Kevin, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the middle school winners.
All right, and now for our high school winners. Our first winner in the written game design category for her game Little Green Planet is Janice Tran. Janice could not be here with us tonight, but her teacher, Leonard Moreno, is here to accept her award. So please, Mr. Moreno, would you stand up and be acknowledged? For the Game Star Mechanic category for his game An Untold Adventure, Kieran Luscombe. For the Kodu category for The Amazing Game, Cody Haugland. For the Game Maker category, in his game Pixel Star 1, Suraj Suresh. For her game, I Fly, in the Scratch category, Brianna Igbenosin. For the open platform individual playable game category, for his game Crystal Physics, all the way from Ramstein Air Base in Germany, Aaron Guadet. Congrats, Aaron. And finally, in the open platform teams category, for their game Fog, Pamela Pizarro Ruiz and Noah Ratcliffe. And one more round of applause for all of our winners. And let me introduce, please, Alan Gershenfeld, our president at Eline Media.
So I know it's been a long day, so I'll keep this very, very short. The 2014-15 National STEM is going to open up later this summer. Watch the website. If you're not on the Games for Change listserv, sign up. You'll be notified. We have some very exciting new sponsors and partners coming on board. I think you'll be excited when you hear the news. My final comment is actually a plea to a lot of the folks who are in the audience, which is As you saw in the Hive video, our goal is not just to run a competition every year. We want every middle school student, every high school student in the country, maybe even elementary one day, to be able to have access to a great program like that program, to have mentors who can help guide them on the way, peer mentors, professional mentors, industry mentors. So if there are folks in the room that would like to serve as a mentor, run programs in local regions around the country, please come see somebody from Cooney or Eline, because we really want to build a great network. So much like soccer or other things, music, any child at any time can find a pathway to pursue their passion around making games. So let's do one more round of applause to these remarkable game designers, and thank you very much for coming out.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you tomorrow.